Stupid facts about Halloween, let's go! It's a common misconception that Myers' mask is made out of a William Shatner mask. It's actually made out of marshmallow fluff and dead hornets. Laurie Strode stabs Myers with a coat hanger in the eye. A little known fact is that if it had been a chainsaw, she would have really fucked his shit up. Michael Myers eats a dog in this movie, but he much prefers hamburgers. Preferably with ketchup, probably because it looks like blood. It's believed that if Michael Myers was a shark, his killing rate would drop 98%. This is because sharks can't hold knives. In this scene, Linda thinks her boyfriend is under the sheet, but he's not. It's actually Michael Myers. If you stick around for 42 more seconds of the movie, you'll see proof of this. In a post-mortem interview, Judith Myers said that if she had to do it all over again, she would lock her bedroom door. Michael Myers attacking teenagers is fairly common. However, teenagers attacking Michael Myers is much more rare. While Myers' motives for killing are unknown, new research has found his killings may have been inspired by the low quality of adult films in the 1970s. Yeah, that's probably accurate. Actor Charles Cyphers shit his pants during this scene and maintained composure. That's dedication to your craft, especially with a Mongo Duke in your trousers.
I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Nurse Marion Chambers has stated that she did have trouble sleeping at night after being attacked by Michael Myers. She believes her sleeplessness may have something to do with the attack, but she can't be sure. I'm so disappointed right now. You haven't hit that subscribe button, you haven't hit that like button, I'm looking at you. Hit that shit right now, and then I'm going to give you some bonus facts, baby. You can use these bonus facts to impress people at parties. You're going to get laid after I give you these. You're going to get business, you're going to get fucking employed after this shit. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, do it all right now. Give me your social security number. It's okay, baby. Make it happen. I'm going to get into these bonus facts, but I'll wait on you to hit that button. Go ahead. Okay, let's go. In an interview, Jamie Lee Curtis told TMZ that director John Carpenter smelled like cigarettes and malcontent while on set. Donald Pleasance played the role of Dr. Samuel Loomis more than any other actor in the history of the world. After Myers' attacks on Haddonfield residents, it's been reported that 92% of people just started locking their doors at night. The other 8% hope to post their encounter with Michael on TikTok. Speaking of which, do you follow us on TikTok? Well, you better. Hey, what's up, HorrorFam? Get your beach towel and sunscreen, because we're about to have some fun in the sun. That's right, my friends, Talk Horror is going to hit the beach, because in this video, we're going to take a look at 10 things Michael Myers and killer sharks have in common. But before we get started, please make sure you're part of the Horror Fam by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. I touched on this subject at the end of my 10 Things You Didn't Know About Halloween Resurrection video, in which Freddy, played by Busta Rhymes,
let's see what you got.
drops a sage observation about serial killer Michael Myers as he's taken away in a body bag.
Mr. Harris, would you like to make a statement?
What can you tell us about Michael Myers?
Michael Myers is not a soundbite, a spin-off, tie-in, some kind of celebrity scandal. Michael Myers is a killer shark.
Most viewers didn't give this line much thought, but now it's time to take this topic into deep waters and really sink our teeth into it. Number 1, they both eat too much protein. We all know sharks are pretty damn narcissistic when it comes to improving their physique, always eating as much protein as they can. But this dude from Halloween Resurrection seems to think Myers has a major protein problem himself.
Never underestimate the effect of a poor diet. Too much protein, not enough zinc. Next thing you know, you're cutting up bodies in your bathtub.
I always thought this dude may have been full of shit, but this must have really resurrected something in Rob Zombie's mind, because just look at this. God damn! To be fair, I think there's more than protein at work here. Myers is the damn Lance Armstrong of the slashers, apparently. Performance-enhancing drugs. Number 2, they both tried to kill LL Cool J. poor LL Cool J just can't catch a damn break. First, Michael Myers tried to kill him in Halloween H2O, and not even a year later he had killer sharks trying to turn him into a man-witch. And to my knowledge, he never lived out his dream of becoming an author.
Johnny, it's unrealistic. This whole writing career is unrealistic.
Number 3, neither actually wear overalls. In Halloween Resurrection, you may remember this legendary bit of dialogue given to us courtesy of Busta Rhymes.
Michael Myers is a killer shark. Baggy-ass overalls. He gets his kicks off of killing everything and everyone that he comes across. That's all.
Despite Busta clearly being the scholar that he is, neither Myers nor killer sharks actually wear overalls. In all fairness, there may actually be an explanation for this. Busta has a long-standing love affair with overalls. Number 4, they have black eyes. Remember the blackest eyes speech delivered by Dr. Loomis in the original Halloween?
The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
Well, Quint says something very similar in Jaws.
You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Oh, did he just call sharks baby dolls? Number 5, they eat dogs. It's rare when we get a look at Myers' need to feed, but we got a peek in the original Halloween when he scarfs down Lassie.
It's still warm. He got hungry.
Most people wouldn't think of the canine being part of a shark's diet, too, but that's how this poor guy lost his puppy. Everyone forgets about poor Pippet the dog being eaten, mostly because of Alex Kittner getting annihilated right after. Alex Kittner, what an attention whore.
Bruh.
Number 6, both try to kill children. Well, we saw what happened to Alex Kittner, but Myers has also tried to take out some kiddies along the way. He's just terrible at it. Why can't Myers be that cool uncle like Gary Busey in Silver Bullet, who just shows up, gets drunk, builds you a hot rod of a wheelchair, gets drunk, laughs obnoxiously, gives you fireworks to blow your hand off, gets drunk, and goes home? You're really missing out on those golden years, Mikey.
Hey, Jesus Palomina.
Number 7, they have imposters.
I'm only a dolphin, ma'am.
A dolphin? Well, okay.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, L. Ron Hubbard. Myers and sharks have had their share of imitators. Let's not forget these little paint gobblers in Jaws who incited a panic and nearly got themselves shot in the process.
He made me do it. He told me to do it.
And no matter how Gary Busey drunk you get, you'll never wipe away the memory of Busta Rhymes dressing up as Michael Myers.
God damn. What the hell somebody gotta do to get a little decent help up in this motherfucker?
Number 8, the 5-0 hate them. If you thought the cops had it out for Randy Quaid, he ain't got nothing on Mikey and Killer Sharks. Mike's pissed off about every cop in every movie he's been in, typically by killing their daughter.
3 kids. One of them was Annie.
And let's not forget when the shark in Jaws got on Chief Brody's bad side. He was already pissed about it eating people, but by God, when it broke that dock, you're asking Brody to put up with murder and vandalism? That's just one step too damn far, buddy. Number 9, both try to kill their siblings. Mikey's always had a problem getting along with his siblings. And sharks definitely have the same problem.
Before they are born, the sand tiger's shark pups compete with their siblings. In fact, the strongest pup in each of the 2 wombs devours its weaker brothers and sisters.
Fuck the ocean. Number 10, you can kill them with oxygen tanks. Oxygen tanks! It's their only weakness! Let's not forget that Myers got his ass handed to him by an oxygen tank.
It's time, Michael.
and the shark from Jaws was dumb enough to use an oxygen tank as a chew toy, so its fate was pretty similar.
Fire, you son of a...
And that's it for this video. Who is it?
Telegram, sir.
Telegram? Is this that killer shark? What's up, horror fam? What's going on out there, baby? Who all we got in here? I see Brian Perry, DB, J.K. Trav was in here at one point. Am I not mistaken? And Michael Richardson, man. What is going on out there tonight? Sharon Nyberg, what's going on, baby? Hey, look, tonight we're going to be talking about one of the most controversial films of all time. Of all time. You may have heard of it. It's called Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's one of those killer Santa Claus movies, which now there's a plethora of those. But back in 1984, there wasn't so many. And this one became notorious. Notorious. Because there was a hit campaign out on. But let me tell you what, man. This movie is so damn hardcore. I can't talk about it by myself. This movie, there's no way I can tackle such a topic. I'm going to need someone on here. Somebody maybe from, somebody that's hardcore as well. Maybe someone from a house of hardcore. Maybe somebody, a channel member by the name of Chad Edmonds is going to have to come on here and talk about this one with me. I'm going to need the backup. So tonight, JK, we're just talking about the first film. We're not going to talk about the whole franchise because that would be a whole thing. The first film has so much lore surrounding it, so much history. I feel like that's all. We got to dedicate the one whole episode just to the original. The sequels and stuff like that could all fit in one episode, but the original, man, we got to pay our respects. So I'm going to bring the man, the myth, the legend on himself. Where you at, Chad? What's going on, brother?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, dude.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, man. Look at that. Look at that shirt. Oh, my goodness. Check that out, people. Got the Talk Horror gear on, baby. Ready for Christmas.
I just have one question before we start here, Steven.
What's that, Chad? What's going on? Where's Nate? Where is he? Nate, where are you at, dog? Come on, man.
Yeah, where's he at? I ain't seen him yet.
I haven't either, dude. He better hop on in here, though, man. We're going to start missing him, put out the search party. Have to get out the Ouija board and contact him. Something.
We're going to have to go out to the graveyard, dig up some graves so you can find that ghost.
I know, man. Come on, Nate. Where you at, dude? But Chad, man, I can't believe, with Christmas right around the corner, there's a few movies we could have talked about. We could have talked about, Black Christmas. That's a typical one. We could have talked about Silent Night.
To All a Good Night, Silent Night, Bloody Night, Black Christmas.
Yeah.
All of them.
Christmas Evil. Don't Open Till Christmas.
Don't Open Till Christmas, yep.
There's
Jack Frost.
Many. Jack Frost. Yes. Jack Frost is so hilarious. But,
yes, it is.
But man, Silent Night, Deadly Night to me, I know there's a lot. Yeah, there's Nate. Look at him hopping on in here like that, sliding right on in.
Comedy shall appear.
Oh man, look at that. But dude, Silent Night, Deadly Night to me is kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the bunch, dude. People just kind of gloss over it, forget it. It kind of has a bad reputation. It has a bad rating on IMDb.
The part is that people forget about it because it was only so limited, and in order to actually see it, you either had to go rent it or buy it from a video store.
Yeah, so for people who aren't familiar with this movie, we'll kind of give them a little rundown first, and then we'll tell y'all what happened, because it did kind of become, infamous,
Iconic.
man. You know, it had a reputation attached to it that wasn't so grand. So this movie's hardcore. This movie came out in 1984. And I know, and it's a slasher film, and I know a lot of people, when they hear of slasher films, they think of a little bit late 80s and what they had kind of become by then. By then, it was like they were like Hallmark Christmas movies, man. They were just pumped out, dude.
Well,
And
slasher started early to mid 80s with like April Fool's Day and Graduation Day and Final Exam and stuff like that. But mainstream didn't pick it up to like 1985, 1986 to where it became its own genre to where you were pumping out 13 to 14 horror movies a year.
yeah. And people think that, you know, they were just fodder. And the characters in these movies were just fodder. That's all they were, just for body count. The thing about Silent Night, Deadly Night was, man, this movie tackles some very dark themes.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah, so it follows a 5-year-old kid. It starts off this way. He goes to see his mute grandfather in a nursing home.
Before we start that, do you remember how the movie started?
Oh, with the Christmas
wreath and the blood coming over it.
Yes, it starts with that Christmas wreath and the blood coming over it, and you would think at that minute maybe we're getting ready for a typical slasher film, but then it takes a turn where we have this kid going to go see his mute grandfather. He hasn't talked in a while, and he's apparently getting worse. And they leave this kid alone with his grandfather, and his grandfather grabs a hold of him and warns him that Santa Claus is the most evil being out there, and he will come to punish those who have been naughty all year.
That's the first instance in the movie of Billy getting Christmas trauma.
Yes. Yeah. Because Billy's excited. He's excited for Santa Claus. Before that, you know, he's got the Santa book in the back seat and all this, and then when the parents come back on the room to get Billy, grandfathers went mute again. There's no sign that he ever talked to their kid. They leave, and they run into a Santa Claus, an actor playing Santa Claus whose car is broken down. Turns out this guy just robbed a convenience store, shot the clerk to death, and he needs a new vehicle. And when these people pull over to ask him if he could use any assistance, he pretty much he slaughters the mother and father after assaulting the wife in particular.
Yeah.
And all of this happens in front of Billy. Now he runs off, hides in the woods, and he can see everything that's happening. His little brother is left in the vehicle. He's a baby. And
speaking of the baby, do you remember the beginning of the movie where this stuff would never fly right now, but they're going to see the grandpa and the baby's sitting there in the mother's lap in the front seat with no car seat?
Yes. Hell yeah. Yeah, man.
That wouldn't happen now.
Hell no. This movie's got some date to it. So, dude, so Billy's family's dead, man. So him and his little brother end up getting put in an orphanage ran by nuns, and Mother Superior is a bitch. She rules with an iron thumb.
The St. Mary Home for Orphan Children.
Yes, she rules with an iron thumb. She is, I would say, Mother Superior, believe it or not, is probably, at least for me, the most memorable character of the whole film.
There's one more memorable, but for a different reason. And we'll get into that in a little bit. And you know what?
Yes. Yeah, and so Billy grows up with all this trauma. Mother Superior won't have it. She won't do anything to kind of help him along his way. Once he gets of age, like 16, 17, something like that, she gets him a job playing a Santa Claus at a dime store.
Before that, he's just supposed to be a stalker. He's just supposed to stock stuff. But the Santa goes out on a skiing trip and ends up breaking his ankle, if I remember right. So they got to find another replacement for him. But the owner, Ira,
yes,
was trying to get somebody from the temp agency, but all the temp agency people, all they had was women, so they had to put billing into this Santa suit.
Yeah.
Which of course is bring up all the flashbacks.
Yes.
All the trauma from Mother Superior, from her parents, his parents being killed.
Yeah. Yeah. So could you imagine being traumatized by watching Santa Claus kill your entire family, and then you're asked to step in those boots for Christmas?
And as soon as they asked him and showed him before he became Santa, he saw the one there, and as he saw that, his personality started to change. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
He started becoming more withdrawn, more didn't want to talk to anybody, more combative, especially with Andy, his supervisor or whatever, in the stockroom.
Yeah. Andy, because he starts getting real forward with one of the fellow employees, and
yeah. It brings back what Santa did to his mom.
Yes. JK's laying down. He's like, trivia. Does anyone remember the name of the store that calls Billy to Snap? Yeah, it was Ira's something. And it was Ira's Toys. Yeah, and that's a nod to one of the producers, if I remember right.
Yeah, I got it written down. Ira Barmack.
There you go. Yeah, and this movie, man, before we get into the whole story and discussing everything, so this movie, just the pure existence of it, pissed people off, man. Pissed people off.
You know why it started?
If I remember... What is it?
You want me to get into it?
I would, if I remember right. So, number one, Black Christmas existed before this. And people weren't, that one didn't get blackballed like this one. This one got blackballed because of Santa himself being the antagonist, but the marketing campaign, is this where you're getting at? The marketing campaign screwed it up?
They aired a 30-second ad between Three's Company and Little House on the Prairie that 7 and 8-year-old kids were watching and asking their parents if Santa was really evil. They hadn't done that, this whole controversy wouldn't exist.
Yes.
But between two family shows, you're going to air this brand new horror movie advertisement about a killer Santa right around November, to where, now kids aren't going to go to malls. They're not going to go see Santa. They're not, they're wondering if they've done something wrong, if Santa's going to come and attack them.
Yes. Yeah, it pissed people off. So, yeah, imagine that, dude. Because everybody here has probably seen at least one episode of Three's Company or knows what in the hell it is. Same thing with Little House on the Prairie. I mean, that's as wholesome as it gets. And then you have Santa walking around with an axe during commercial break. Yeah,
there was lots of calls. There was lots of calls to lots of TV stations that night.
Yes.
And ironically, ad never aired again on television.
Yeah, and it was a mistake too, if I remember right, wasn't it? Like they accidentally put it.
It was supposed to go between the 9 and 10 hour, and somebody screwed up and put it between the 7 and 8 hour where kids were still awake.
Ooh.
That person didn't have a job the next day.
No shit, dude. No shit. Yeah, and it didn't stop there though. So it got theatrical release. It opened up the same weekend as A Nightmare on Elm Street, but people were protesting the hell out of it. They even formed a group called the Parents Against Movie Madness. Pam. Yeah, and they protested the hell out of this movie being in theaters around the holiday time, and it lasted a week before it got pulled out of theaters.
Citizens Against Movie Madness. Kim.
Oh, okay.
And you were talking about Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
Silent Night grossed $2.4 million and outgrossed future hit Nightmare on Elm Street in its first weekend.
Damn. Well,
so more people wanted to go watch a Killer Santa than a dude.
And that's true. Like people, like, yeah, it outgrossed A Nightmare on Elm Street. Then, I know A Nightmare on Elm Street kind of picked up steam, and Silent Night, Deadly Night fell off. I think we lost you, Chad. But I can't help but wonder if that controversy hadn't. Yeah, I think we lost Chad. We'll give him a second to get back, and then we'll get back into it. Let's see. This is a good time then to check on some comments. He's getting reset up, so we'll give him just a second there. Yeah, this is what I'm wondering this too. How many people? What was the last age you believed in Santa? Brian Perry's coming forward here with this information, saying he was 11 years old. Let's see here. And yeah, JK, dude, we are definitely going to get into that. I have some of his quotes here. Chad is still trying to get in. I see him there. It's okay, Chad. Take your time. Well, Dragon Blue says, I still believe in Santa. Come on. Sharon's like, that was way too long ago. I don't know. Nate, do you still believe in Santa Claus? Come on, Nate. You can tell us, brother. Okay, there we go. There's Chad. What's up, dude?
Sorry about that, guys. My Wi-Fi froze.
So I got to ask you this, man. So as we know, Nightmare on Elm Street didn't pick up steam until word of mouth spread for it. And Silent Night, Deadly Night did make more money the first opening weekend. And then it fell off miserably and got pulled from theaters. It lasted like a week.
Right.
So let me ask you this. Do you think Silent Night, Deadly Night would have done much better had they left it in theaters? Or do you think it's helped its legacy that it's so infamous?
I think that it would have had its 2 or 3 week run where everybody's going to go rush and see it and see what it's about, and then it would have died off. But because of the Citizens Against Movie Madness, because of the Catholic Church, because of the critics in all the movie reviews, it gained more infamy and more cult status not showing in the movie theater, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's a thing too. Apparently it did extremely well once it hit VHS. The problem was, once again, this is the 80s, so it could only do so well. You know what I'm saying? Because VHS was expensive as hell back then.
It did well due to word of mouth. It's like, hey, have you seen this? You need to go see it. It went from person to person instead of TV station to TV station, which is what we don't have now. It's throw everything out there, see if something sticks.
Yeah. And people did. People started bootlegging it because, if I'm not mistaken, over in Europe, it got added to the video nasties list, and it became infamous over there. So people would bootleg it and then share it around, and that added to its cult status. But check this out. I wanted to share this with people. I have some of the quotes here from some of these protesters. Milwaukee mother Kathleen Eberhardt called Silent Night, Deadly Night absolutely disgusting. I was fuming. Something has to be done. And then her group got together to protest outside Milwaukee theaters when the movie came out, leading to coverage from the CBS Evening News and People magazine. And then even actor Mickey Rooney gave his 2 cents after he saw the TV ad for the film saying, "How dare they? I'm all for the First Amendment, but don't give me Santa Claus with a gun going to kill someone. The scum who made that movie should be run out of town."
Variety, in their November 7th, 1984 edition, called it, quote, Santa Slasher for those who hate Christmas.
Wow. Jesus. Well, and then
Catholic
oh man, I think we lost Chad again. We'll give him a minute. See if he can get his Wi-Fi back. But that's not the only thing. So, famed critics Gene Siskel and Robert Ebert also went on to talk about how much they hated the movie. Let's see here. Gene Siskel mentioned the Milwaukee protest and said of Silent Night, Deadly Night, it's sick and sleazy and mean-spirited. He said, "Shame on you," to the people who made it, and then went on to name the writer, director, and producer in an attempt to publicly shame them, saying, "You people have nothing to be proud of. Your profits truly are blood money." He called it one of the most too contemptible films he'd ever seen, along with I Spit on Your Grave. All the backlash worked. Silent Night, Deadly Night had an okay opening weekend, making $1.4 million. And then, it ended up getting pulled, but Siskel and Ebert absolutely hated this movie. They shit on this movie, and they did that a lot with horror films, like Sharon Nyberg is saying here. They did this a lot with horror films, man. Welcome back, Chad.
I dropped the Wi-Fi, went to 5G. I'm not going to deal with that.
Oh, I hear you, dude. Yeah, your connection seems to be better. Well, dude, I was talking about how Siskel and Ebert shat all over this movie, and they seem to do that with a lot of horror films. They were hard to please in the horror genre.
Oh yeah. That was more I don't want to get into like politics because this is the HorrorFam, and but they were more conservative. Yeah. Conservative. They were more apple pie Americana, not so much let's go kill as many people as we can.
Yeah. And then it's weird. And then they would hate on stuff that you would think they would have liked. Like I remember, if I remember right, it was Home Alone, the original Home Alone. They absolutely shit all over that or something.
Roger Ebert hated Home Alone.
Yeah. And it's like, what? Come on, man. It's a Christmas movie. Come on. Maybe he hated how evil Kevin McAllister actually was. I don't know.
Well, there's that whole thing of Kevin McAllister being Jigsaw, but we won't go into that.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's like, just remember, Kevin McAllister could have called the police at any point in time during that movie. He just wanted to torture those men. It's like,
right. You're going to break into my house? Prepare to die.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So they and Siskel and Ebert, man, they gave out Betsy Palmer's isn't that her name? Mrs. Voorhees from
her personal phone number for people to call because he hated Friday the 13th so much.
Yes. Yeah, he doxed her before that was even a thing, really.
Yes, sir.
Think about that shit. But man, these people just, you know, they crapped all over this movie, but it's like, I wonder still, you know, it's like, I bet this movie just wouldn't be talked about at all today. It would fall into the same category, sadly, undeservedly, as like Christmas Evil or Don't Open Till Christmas or something like that, where nobody ever talks about it.
Or Pieces or
yes,
976 Evil, stuff like that. That gained cult following after releases in the movie theater.
Yeah, because this movie to me, man, this movie is not your typical slasher film. I know, like I said, by the late 80s, it was all about fodder and getting them out as quickly as you could. This movie had crazy themes in it.
I'm probably going to get hate from the horror family, but I don't consider it a horror film. I consider it a psychological thriller.
Dude, you hell, you could. It's so good at entering the mind, man. You know, they talked about, oh my God, it was groan worthy. But with the Halloween 2018 and how much they went into trauma and all this shit, this movie gives you trauma, dude.
Imagine being an 8-year-old kid. Your mom's got it on videotape, and you pop it in and you watch this at night with the lights off. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I saw this movie when I was a kid as well. There's a ton of stuff in this movie. So it is a slasher. It does follow sort of that
certain
formula.
criteria.
Like, yeah, you're going to get some awesome kills. Like, there are awesome kills in this movie. There's beheadings. There's gunshots, which we typically don't get in slashers, but there are in this one.
There's a bow and arrow.
There's a bow and arrow. Oh my God, I forgot about the bow.
There's the antlers. The infamous antlers.
Yes.
That is more known in that movie than Mother Superior.
See, you bring up something very interesting with that, because I saw this movie as a kid and I didn't know what it was, but I watched it. So when I grew up, that's how I found it. I was like, somebody gets killed with antlers. You know?
And then the kid comes out and Santa gives her a knife.
Yes.
An 11-year-old kid, he gives a knife as he walks away.
Yes. And dude, to me, I'm going to ask you this, man, because, okay, so like we said, Billy, who's had all this childhood trauma, he sees his family being killed by Santa Claus and then eventually has to don the garb himself one Christmas, and it snaps. That's finally his little push over the edge where he goes on a killing spree of his own. But
it starts the trauma. He doesn't snap until he sees Rebecca starting to get raped.
That's true. That is true.
That's when he snaps.
Yeah, that
Pamela,
is true.
Rebecca, one of them two.
Yeah, and let me ask you this, man. You know, so he and you see it on his face. It's almost like he's torn, like he doesn't want to do this, but he believes this is what Santa Claus does.
Because since the time he was 5 till the time he was 18, he was in that orphanage, and it was the reinforcement of naughty punishment.
Mm-hmm.
It kept getting literally beat into his head.
Yeah.
When Mother Superior would beat him with a belt when he got in trouble.
Yeah. And let me ask you this, man, because this is one of those movies. I know people, they hate this, you know, they're like, oh my God, there's no way this character could be sympathetic. But to me, dude, by the end of it, I felt so horrible for him. What about you, man?
Sorry, that was Winter Jack and Coke.
Oh, there we go. Got to celebrate right, baby.
Yep, that right there.
Hell yeah. Look at that. Where's Grassman when we need him?
Right. So what was the question? I'm sorry. Oh, my way he would be sympathetic. I would say yes to a point, but he's still responsible for his actions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, granted, he had all that growing up.
Yeah.
And people do go postal.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, I want to know what the horror fan thinks.
It got to the point where, yes, he snapped, but then he started enjoying it.
Yeah.
As the movie went on, when they were sliding down the hill, he decapitated the dude just because he wanted to. Yeah. Not because that kid had nothing to do with what happened at the Christmas store, what happened at Mother Superior or at the orphanage, what happened to his parents, you know.
Mm-hmm. He kind of became what he thought Santa was, and then he went out looking for it.
Yep.
And then at the end, that's what, that's why I want to ask the horror fan what they think too, if they felt any sympathy for him, because then at the end of the movie, when he's back at the orphanage, he goes back to get his hands on Mother Superior, right?
And then he stops. He's battling himself as to whether or not to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
He sits there and looks at her, looks at Ricky, looks at her, and his moral sense of right and wrong came back for a split second.
Yeah.
And then he decided that he was going to try to kill Mother Superior.
And then
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think Sister Margaret was more of a guardian angel to him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
When she come back at the end with the officer and called out his name, he instantly.
Yeah.
It was a total change of person.
Yeah. And then you wonder, like, after he gets shot, man, and he's falling down, and he reassures the children. He's like, "It's okay, children. Santa Claus is dead." It's almost like, oh my God, dude. He,
was that his mission? No, is the question.
Yes.
Was he trying to, in his own way, terminate the mythos of basically Krampus? An evil Santa Claus that would come and punish children who were naughty.
Yeah, that's what J.K. is saying. I think he realized that he was the bad guy in the end. And yeah, so crazy, man.
But then that gets into when they go away from Billy and they pan up, guess who's there?
Yes, his little brother Ricky.
And what does Ricky say?
Does he say naughty or punny? There we go. There we go.
Which leaves a chance for a sequel.
And there would be a sequel. There would be. So this movie, even though it was like, what would you say, a moderate success, it did launch a little miniature franchise there.
But I had read somewhere, I think it was like 1987. Yes, I'm old. That part was originally not supposed to be in there. It was supposed to be Billy was killed. End credits.
Oh.
Fade to black, credits go up.
Damn.
Studio wanted a sequel. Kind of like with Jason.
Yeah.
Or so Michael, when Michael vanished. Studio wanted a sequel.
Yeah. So what does the horror fam think? Do you all think that it should have ended with just Billy dying, cut the black, or do you like Ricky saying naughty? Which did you like, man?
I like Ricky saying naughty, but I like something Ricky says even more, but we're not going to get into that until the sequel video.
There you go.
That's what we call in the business a tease.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So yeah, I do like Ricky saying naughty, and I do like how that does allude to a sequel or allude to like,
what's going to
man,
happen with Ricky? Interest. Is he going to follow in Billy's footsteps? What's going to happen to him now that he's seen his brother shot in front of him?
Yeah. And it does it, and it is kind of connected there. It's not like because I could see where people would argue, well, Ricky was just a baby when all that happened. He doesn't have that trauma or whatever. But it's like those two were so close in the film. I mean, it's clear that they're close because remember, kids were trying to bully Billy at one point.
And Ricky came up to him. Yeah. That's before Mother Superior took him upstairs and whooped his ass, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, man.
And refresh my memory, but when Father O'Brien, Deaf Santa, was coming across and he got shot from behind, wasn't Ricky there when Santa fell down?
Oh my God.
Wasn't Ricky the one that was going out to Santa?
God, if I remember right, I remember is that Santa did get shot in front of the, before Billy.
Yeah, and I think Ricky was running up to him, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think so.
And then to have it happen twice, one with the father, and then one with his brother. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So. Yeah, this movie is so dark. I mean, this is, that these movies, horror movies, or almost any movie, start with like a hook in the first 10 minutes that just nail you. That's just like, if you stick around, they give you some action. They give you a little tease, as you would call it in the business.
The cold open is basically what it is.
Dude, this movie is so freaking dark, though, because they do that with Grandpa, because you're like, oh my God, what the hell is this up with Grandpa and this ominous warning he just gave this kid? So then you're interested, and then you see the slaughter of this kid's family.
Which is an amazing actor, Will Hale.
Yeah. And it doesn't stop. It never stops. The action and the torment on Billy's character never stops until the end.
It keeps building to a crescendo to where he snaps, and then it builds from there. Okay, what's he going to do next? Which keeps the audience hooked. Okay, he's killed this person. What's going to happen to this person? What's going to happen to this person? Because it's all different kills. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
There's no repeat kill in that movie. It's not like Jason going around slashing people with the machete.
Yeah. And do you think, now here's another one. Do you think, had they not given Billy alcohol when he was playing Santa at that store, do you think he wouldn't have snapped?
No. For the point that he was in an orphanage. Let's be straight. He's probably had it before then. But there'd be a difference between drinking it on your own and getting pressured to drink it. Ira sat there and pressured him to drink this, which is going to add more stress to the stress that he's already doing playing Santa.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's getting jealous because he's seeing Andy off with Pamela.
Oh, yeah.
There was a jealousy factor there.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I feel so bad for Billy, man. Cause I mean, it's like they give you little teases in this movie of there's like glimmers of hope for Billy. Like if this pans out, then his life could have taken a different turn. It could have went better for him. And then they just take it away like that.
Oh yeah. But that was a throwing back at your face kind of thing where the theory of no matter how hard you work, somebody's going to be there to try and take you down.
Yeah, dude, it's just it's a hard one.
That was the 80s, the me generation. What can you do for me?
Oh, was that the yeah, that was the what do you call them? The damn yuppies and all that, right?
Yep. When Ira was going to him, hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you do this for me? You know? And he was thinking about himself instead of thinking about everything as a collective. Even Andy warned him about it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good assessment right there, man.
Making you think, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and then like you said, we get some legendary kills in this movie. The beheading on the sleighs is crazy.
The antlers, Leanna Quigley.
Mm-hmm.
Leanna Quigley, a young boy's crush, I'll tell you. First time I ever saw her actually was in Savage Streets.
Oh, really? Okay. That's one you never hear talked about.
That's another one of those cult ones that didn't do so well in the theater that gained a cult following outside of it. Linda Blair and Leanna Quigley.
Yes. Yeah, crazy movie.
The beheading, the antlers, the bow and arrow, the strangling by Christmas lights.
Oh, yes.
The gutting, when he gutted Pamela. The knife to the throat, the shooting. I'm trying to think of another one. There's so many iconic kills in this.
Yeah. Yeah, so many. I mean, it does so well at being a slasher, and then it does so well, like you said, almost like a psychological thriller. It's like, oh my God, when is this poor guy going to break?
You've got. Have you ever seen the movie 10 to Midnight?
No.
It's got what's his name? It's got Charles Bronson in it. It's a psychological thriller. The guy's going around basically Jack the Ripper style.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of that psychological thriller where the cops are chasing Billy, but they don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
You know, and of course you have the fake Santa, the fake Michael Myers.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, and it's crazy to think that that's essentially how this movie started too. They wanted to cash in on the whole holiday hoopla.
The New Year's Evil, My Bloody Valentine, Graduation Day, April Fool's Day.
Yes. As a matter of fact, what?
Yet it only took till 2023 to get Thanksgiving. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But what, like the original tagline or whatever for like this movie on the poster was something like, "You survived Halloween. Now get ready for Christmas."
Yeah.
But here's
just like I said, and I'm going to give you a history lesson here.
Mm-hmm.
In 72, because of the whole Catholicism controversy, 72, Santa terrorized Joan Collins in a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Oh, yes.
80 saw Christmas Evil and To All a Good Night. And then you had Silent Night, Blind Night, Black Christmas. Both went under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
There was no controversy for that. Like I said, if they hadn't shown this ad at that time, we wouldn't be talking about this to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Just a little mix up like that, man. It just tore the world apart. Just a little mix up like that.
Yeah, in the 80s, it was, like I said, Americana, apple pie, you know.
Yeah, between Three's Company and Little House on the Prairie, for God's sakes, man.
You'd have neighborhoods, they'd leave their doors open, kids would come over and play with other kids, you know. Nowadays, with the era that we live in now, that would never happen.
No. And what do we have here? J.K. says he doesn't think the alcohol had an effect. He was turning dark when he was put in the Santa suit.
Right, but the alcohol lowered inhibitions, I want to say, made him more bold to his decisions of, basically when he saw that happening. If he hadn't, I'm not blaming it on the alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I don't think he would have been he might have said something and tried to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
But the alcohol, he already had a rage factor. That just intensified it.
Yeah.
It's like going to a bar and getting into a fight. The alcohol's going to obviously play a part into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if, I think it was destined to happen either way. This poor guy, man, this is a classic example of he never stood a chance ever. Like his life was not destined for glory.
His life ended at 5 years old, basically.
Yeah, it really did. And you just got that through. He wasn't getting help from anywhere. He had the one sister you referred to as the guardian angel. I would pretty much agree with that. She was like the only person who tried to have his back, tried to truly help him. But what can you do, man? And we have Samuel Stokes agreeing with you, saying 10 to midnight is awesome. J.K. getting on that bandwagon there. Ethan Whalen saying the first Silent Night is probably the best one. I would have to agree with that by far.
Yes and no. I will agree to a point, but part 2 had more camp to it.
Also, part 2, you liked the cheesiness factor of that. It was not as heavy as a movie.
The first part of it, yes, with the retelling, they basically retold the same story.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the second half, when he escapes, and spoilers, he escapes from the hospital and then decides to go on his own killing spree.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the camp revved up, where he had even more inventive kills.
Yeah. Yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is definitely a campy trip right there. It's the first one stands out for me because it's so different, and then Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is almost, you got to think of it like Sleepaway Camp 2.
It's like a parody of itself.
Yeah, it's a straight up body count kind of movie, or The Hills Have Eyes 2 even, because
right.
That one did a ton of flashbacks.
Or particularly my opinion. Okay, this is going to be a hot take. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Or possibly the worst movie franchise of all time, Wrong Turn.
Damn. Okay, yeah, you could. Hey, you don't have to convince me. I can see why people wouldn't like it. I can see
it's
why.
The same thing over and over and over again for 6 damn movies.
It is. It's, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a podcast on that shit one day because it's incredible to me.
I will come on and wreck that movie so hard. You thought you hated Jason Blum?
Oh my god!
Get me on Wrong Turn.
Dude, what they did to our redneck culture, damn it, and the way they made us look is so insane.
Stereotypical.
Yeah, I do like it. Like, we all see, that's the thing though. Like, a lot of people would get pissed about stuff like that. In West Virginia, we embrace it. We were like, hell yeah, that's hilarious.
Just because my sister's my wife doesn't mean no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's nothing. Hey, why go across the holler when you can go across the hall? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
I lived over there, and I claim nothing.
Hey man, I'm telling you, West Virginia's wild, man. It's wild and wonderful, man, but it ain't that damn wild. Okay, maybe some people are, but probably
Depends on
not
how
more
far
than
you
anywhere else.
depends on how far you get into the mountains.
That's right, man. Those mountain folk will get you, but they ain't like that damn. I have never in my life seen just somebody drinking Pepto Bismol out of the with one tooth, man.
West Virginians are so damn polite that it scares you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, man,
It's like, okay, what is your ulterior motive? You know?
Yeah. And they just are, man. I've had, this is a story I'll tell forever because it's, in Wrong Turn, these people break down in the middle of nowhere and they can't trust anybody or anything out there. And it's like, wow, I've been on those dirt roads out in the middle of the woods and I've had people stop and ask me if I need help, dude. So nice. Oh,
this is my baby Snowball.
Snowball?
Yeah. Come over wanting some attention.
Oh my goodness, look at that. God, what a beautiful cat.
It's about time to go night-night, huh? All right, go on down, bud.
Man. Let's see. Oh my God. Yeah, see, Ethan even saying the first Wrong Turn is the only good one. The rest of them are absolutely trash. Come on, Ethan.
See? I'm not the only one. It's the same repeat of the same damn movie for 5 more movies.
Hell
you get stuck, you make a wrong turn, you end up with 3 fingers, and you're dead.
It's like there was a lot of movies doing that. Like Final Destination did the same thing.
Yes and no. I mean, Final Destination was kind of like the Xanth series for Piers Anthony, where it built every movie.
Oh, okay.
And it went back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was interconnected. I don't want to call it a cinematic universe because I'm not bougie like that. I'm redneck to the core. But it builds on the previous movie. Wrong Turn, like I said, is the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it is. Hell yeah. Oh,
but
man,
anyway,
yeah.
Silent Night, Deadly Night. We went way off.
Yeah. Well, we only do have 7 minutes left. So if people want to come in with their last minute questions and comments, we'll go ahead and take them. This was, Silent Night, Deadly Night is one of those movies that's just, it's a fun one to talk about, but it's so dark and everything. I mean, it's a very heavy movie.
I will admit, I did enjoy doing this.
Oh,
I would look forward to doing it again.
Hell yeah, this was fun. And there's more in the franchise that just go way off the rocker there.
Yeah. So. Basically retelling of Pinocchio.
Oh my God. Yeah, what's that? The Toy Maker?
Yep. The Initiation with I think it's his daughter, Ricky's daughter.
Oh my God. Oh, what did you speaking of this, I'm gonna see if anybody else has ever seen this damn movie. I remember seeing this as a kid. Have you ever seen Pinocchio's Revenge?
Yes, I have.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody else out there has seen that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I wonder who all in chat has seen this thing. I remember seeing it as a kid, and it's just like,
the 2010s Amityville movies are better than that.
Oh my God, now that's saying something, people. That's saying some shit. That's a dog pile of a series right there, man. Oh my God.
For as much shit as you give Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
And now is my chance to bust your balls on this. I would watch Halloween Ends before Pinocchio's Revenge.
Oh my God! There you go. There you go. That's Pinocchio's Revenge is the shit of legends, man. Oh my God! Here's J.K. giving us a rundown of what he thinks of the rest of the franchise. He says he thought the second was cringy bad, the third was a mess, the fourth was borderline pedo, and the fifth was boring.
Remind me if third one was when Ricky had the dome over his brain.
Oh my God!
The second one was a retelling of the story, and then Ricky decided to go on his own garbage day. Third, I think, was Ricky with the dome over his head because he'd gotten shot in the head. Fourth one was his daughter. He was telepathically connected to his daughter. Then the fifth one was Pinocchio, if I remember right.
Oh my God. I can only imagine what people are thinking right now who haven't seen those movies. It's like.
And no, ladies and gentlemen, I've not done meth today.
Yeah, dude, yeah, Silent Night, dude, that's how series get sometimes, man. It's just like you mentioned earlier, the Amityville franchise. Yeah.
Throw something against the wall, see if it sticks.
Yeah. It's like it's like the Amityville franchise, man. They went down some crazy ass roads with that. Like,
I need more whiskey to watch those.
Oh my God. No doubt. No doubt. And it's like all of these, descriptions J.K. gave the other ones. That would almost work for the Amityville franchise.
Oh yeah. Same thing with Prom Night.
Oh God.
The farther it went, the worse it got.
Yeah, Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2, and then the remake.
Prom Night 3. Prom Night 4.
I've not seen those.
Oh God. Class of Newcomb High's better.
Oh my God. JK says the fourth were the witches sacrificing a little boy, and the fifth had Mickey, I need an acting job, Rooney. Wait, so wait a minute. Mickey Rooney was in the fifth one, and didn't he?
He played Geppetto.
Yeah. Didn't he? Yeah, Mickey Rooney was the one who criticized the first one, though.
Yep.
That son of a bitch.
I'll talk shit about it till I get a paycheck.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, Dragon Blues can't, because I made Dragon Blues watch the second one with me because I got the Scream Factory Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 on Blu-ray. And she
so much better.
She couldn't believe it. She's like, if they get weirder after that.
Anna, be prepared. Be very prepared. That's all I gotta say.
Dude, yeah, because they did release Scream Factory did release the entire collection, didn't they?
Yep, I have it.
I have the entire collection. I didn't bring it with me. Son of a bitch.
It's a 5-box set, and it's got just the beginning of, or the advertisement for Silent Night, Deadly Night, the very opening thing where all you see is the chimney and his arm out with an axe.
Oh man. Yeah, I have the other ones. I think I have the 3 through 5 Blu-ray.
How the heck did Ricky have a kid? Ricky had a girlfriend in part 2.
God, he did, yes.
He got jealous and killed the dude with the lawnmower. Or was it the battery? One of the two.
I can't remember. I do remember that though. He's like telling the story like I was in love once or some shit. Like I just
Yep.
Oh my God. It was like the only good thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah. He fell in love with it once and then it destroyed him. And then he decided to take out the garbage.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah, but he killed her before they had a kid. Ooh.
It was never confirmed that she was killed.
Ooh.
He went off after that. And then he got shot in the head.
This is some Fly 2 level shit right here. This is Son of the Fly. Oh my God. All right, man. I think I'll wrap it up so we can get ourselves something to eat.
All right, I got close chat here.
Yeah, and I remember you need to lay Snowball down.
Yeah, if I can catch him.
Oh, JK said it was the battery that made the X's eyes explode. There you go.
He put it in his mouth, I think, and hooked it up to the battery. But I remember he clamped on his damn tongue.
Oh my God. All right, my friends. Good night.
I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Oh yeah, me too, brother. Yeah, this has been fun. We have Sharon Nyberg saying good night, everyone. Good night, Stephen. Take care. Thank you, Sharon. You take care of yourself. I will be back next Thursday.
Anytime you want to set this up again, brother, hit me up on Facebook.
Yeah, we might have to set something up, man. Something special. And I need to do another members stream soon. So hell, maybe we can get some channel members in on that and just have everybody on here chatting.
What do you think about doing a deep dive into My Bloody Valentine 3D in February?
Ooh, that could be fun. Yeah, that's a possibility right there.
So much stuff on those two movies.
Oh, they were so fun. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, my friends, though, y'all look forward to that. We have Dragon Blue saying, great job, Chad. Good night. Ethan saying night, JP.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah.
On StreamYard, what did I put for my name?
Billy Chapman.
Billy
Chapman. That's right. Hell yeah, you did. I was trying to figure out how the hell to
get that up there. There we go.
There we go. And yeah, remember to like the stream. Thank you, JK. Hell yeah, look at that Talk Horror shirt. Don't forget the shirt. Link in the description below. Chad went with the old green. I like that.
Yes, I did.
Hell yeah, very festive.
All right. Well, love you guys. Remember, listen horror, live horror, talk horror. And I screwed that up.
All right. Until next time, my friends, look horror.
Look horror, listen horror,
talk horror. Talk horror. All right, man. We'll see y'all next week, baby. It's okay. Good night, everybody. We love y'all, man.
Love you guys.